Man, I dare not try to even act like I'm excited. Man, let's just watch this torture. Getting ready to watch the Eagles versus the Commanders. Nobody feels good. Everybody feels bad. Finna watch this, man. God dog. Okay. I ain't gonna even act like it's all good. It's all bad, man. I feel horrible. But hey, we go sit through this as long as I can. And I mean that. As long as I can. I don't know how long I can. This stream is brought to you by BetUS, where you can receive 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next two deposits up to $2,000 with the promo code YouTube150. They also giving away a casino bonus up to 200% and a crypto bonus up to 250%. So it's get in where you fit in with BetUS. Let's go. So, man. So we waiting on Amp, waiting on Coach Marv. We gonna have to troubleshoot again. That's what we got to do. But appreciate everybody coming on in, kind of sitting down, relaxing. I'm in the back end setting up stuff as usual. See, it's always back end stuff. Like some people be like, man, why can't you just start the stream? I mean, you got to turn on the monetization. You got to turn on the chat. There's little things you got to do. It's little things you got to do. And once you got them things, you good. So yeah, man, y'all give me a second, man. I'm setting up all that right now. I'm gonna be right back, y'all. Give me about a minute.
Like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. Yeah, I'm ballin' like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. I put in work, couldn't wait for mine. I got 9, couldn't wait in line. Game time, game time. Locked in when it's game time. Shoot from deep like a Curry 3. And I go beast like 23. 10 toes down, glued to the concrete. And I do me, keep to myself to find my peace. Been ballin' a little bit, woke up feeling rich. Still remember days I had to grind to get a cent. Still remember days when I spent a penny pinch. Now this bank account is lit and it's up and it's stuck just like Cardi said. Same faces around me and it's hardly friends. Saying how you do it but you hardly did.
Yeah.
Fibbing on the ground, yeah, you probably is. Ballin' like it's game time.
Like it's game time.
Locked in when it's game time.
I ain't
yeah, I'm
locked in.
ballin' like it's game time.
Barely paying attention.
Locked in when it's game time.
Don't give a damn.
I put in work, couldn't wait for mine.
About these two.
I got 9, couldn't wait in line. Game time, game time. Locked in when it's game time.
I ain't locked in.
Locked in when it's game time. Pull up from the logo like it's Dame time. Same zone, so won't catch me on the same time. Time is money, so I cannot give away time. On the road still, on the go still. Humble, so I keep it on the low still. Say they know.
Gotta watch this mess. Alright, so we waiting on Amp. Waiting on Coach Marv. Alright, here we go, man. I think Washington go win this game. The Eagles are a better team, but I think Washington getting ready to win this game, man. That's what I think. So I'm gonna turn these phones on real quick. Hear from everybody. I want to hear from y'all, see how y'all doing. I say Tay in the building, Ty Church in the building, Oak Cliff Rockefeller in the building, Truth MDP is in the building. What's up? Yeah, I'm going with the hot team. Yeah. They on Daniel's butt early, I see. All right, here we go. Y'all give me 1 second, man. Turning on everything. Yeah, so I got the phones on. All right, let me see. Okay. All right, so while I'm waiting on Amp, hold on real quick. Hold on, let me look at Tay. Tay said something real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me pull up Tay comment. Y'all give me 1 second. Then I'm gonna talk about some things today as I watch the game. Tay said, she said, boss, my crazy butt too locked in on life. I gotta shut my own butt down. I say, listen, man, I ain't paying attention to this the wrong music for this game. Talking about locked in. I ain't locked in. I'm barely paying attention. It's I honestly hate to be here. To be honest, I hate to be here right now. Just like have to watch this. So I got the phone lines open real quick. So if y'all want to call in, call in. Let me put the phone number up there. All right, so we got the phone lines going. So if y'all want to call in, call in. But in the meantime, it's something I've been wanting to kind of talk about. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it now. That's been on my mind. You know, I'm very proud of, you know, No Kellen Moore, and I think, and I'm happy that we are in a better position in terms of a coach that we know philosophy wise is going to run the ball or is actually flexible. Okay. But it's one more push that I really wish we would do. Because we had the No Kellen Moore campaign. It's one more push that I really wish we would do. I really wish we would do the campaign of no Witten. No Jason Witten. Because in my opinion, yeah, Jason Witten, if he is anywhere on the staff, it's very, very unfortunate for Brian. Because it's gonna be a constant distraction. It was so disappointing to see DeMarcus Ware come out teasing that he could be a coach under Jason Witten. And we didn't even pick our coach yet. That's an indication of the talk that would be ongoing over and over if we don't do one last push. Because I am afraid that they go some kind of way try to sneak Jason Witten somewhere on the coaching staff. And I don't want him nowhere on the coaching staff. Nowhere at all. I think they're going to be rushing him. I think it's going to be temptation. I think it'll be just like Kellen Moore, where they was accelerating him. He wasn't quality control. Yes. Yeah, we need one more push. One more push. And I'm going to do it today. Because at this point, they pretty much already probably talking about the coaches or shopping the coaches, getting the last pieces together. Because he's going to, you know, obviously give his press conference tomorrow, right? We know Brian is going to do his press conference tomorrow. They going to want to, they gonna want to get us excited, man, and I think they gonna try to sneak that in there. And I appreciate he said trust your gut, boss. Yeah, exactly. Is my gut is saying we need one more push. And I know listen, I'm gonna tell y'all I'm tired. That no Kelly Moore had me exhausted. I was fighting every day. I was dropping 5 and 6 things. But it would be almost just as bad if we don't put out there on the internet and hashtag it and organize, just like we did No Kelly Moore, no Jason Witten. Because I ain't got time to figure out a pretty cute name. Let's just be clear and concise, just like we was with Kelly Moore. So it's another thing. Yeah, and I appreciate saying, yeah, T Church, I agree. Let's push it. This is the last push, y'all. And listen, y'all, I'm tired. I'm like, right. But nah, we got one last push, because it's going to give Brian a fair chance. And I want him to be able to coach without the distraction. No Jason Witten. No Jason Witten. No Jason Witten. Then I would say no entitlement. I would do both of those. Hashtag no Jason Witten. Hashtag no entitlement. All right, so I got the phone lines open. Let me see if anybody called in yet. Okay, we got a full house. Good. All right, I get to talk some ball with some legends. Coach Q, you live.
Hey, boss. How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Doing good, man. Hey, man, I respect you. I appreciate you so much, man. You know, you go way back. And, dude, I just really do like the fact that you do your research.
Yeah.
And I think on this one, this is the first time I think, no offense, some of the Cowboys content creators and even the fans didn't really do their research on this coaching search. And I just want to give you your flowers because you did your research. You know, at first you was upset. You still upset with the process.
Yeah.
But when you took a step back, you said, you know what? Out of all these people that we're trying to get, if you really think about it, the other candidates that everybody wanted, real talk, are unproven. Ben Johnson was offensive coordinator for 2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
Before that, he was like a position coach.
Yeah.
Charlie was an offensive coordinator for 14 years. Not an offensive coordinator for 14 years, a successful offensive coordinator for 14 years and play caller.
Right.
Aaron Glenn, the other guy, he has only been a defensive coordinator for a few years too.
Right.
So the media, and boss, he talked about this all the time. Sometimes the media gets so loud that people forget their common sense. Because the reason I say forget their common sense, I know on the screen right now in the chat box, you probably have some people who would like me who's a manager. Boss, when you hire people, do you hire people with less experience or people with more experience, boss?
More.
You hire people with more experience.
Generally.
Yes. I mean, and so in every profession, so, you know, what I do now is I'm a business thinker. So I'm not going to hire a guy that's been great for 2 years over a guy that's been great for 10.
Yeah.
The reason why, because the guy that's been great for 10, he knows what it's like to struggle. He knows what it's like when the well dry up, where to go. The guy for 2 years, he's been flying high. He don't know.
Yeah.
Number two, I have a big belief in this. I can't hire you if you can't beat me. Well, I'm full strength.
I like that.
I can't do that. When the Cowboys was full strength,
I like that.
Ben Johnson had a full strength offense. Ooh. You couldn't beat us last year.
Ooh.
You could only beat us when Micah, our best player, wasn't playing. You could only beat us when our fourth best player, D-Law, wasn't playing. You could only beat us when we have our number 2 all-pro quarterback. So that's when you could beat us. But when I had bids, when I had Gilmore, when I had my Fowler, and when I was fully loaded and with all my clips on defense, you couldn't beat me. So I want that. But I think Cowboys fans don't think about that. Oh, I want the flag on Ben Johnson. But dude, this is the same guy that couldn't beat our arcade. Because people say that our, head coach that we fired, his offense was archaic and everything else. And people thought that Quinn Marv was already gone. He couldn't beat that squad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I want, because boss, whatever you want to think, whatever you want to say, Dan Quinn, his weakness is stopping the run. Well, guess what? It's been like that. His whole DC career, his expertise is stopping the pass really, really well. Well, Ben Johnson is supposed to be this golden boy, run offense, design offense, and you couldn't do that against the Cowboys last year.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
ain't forgot. I do my little research. And so I think people are prisoner by that time. And boss, and when you sat down, you was right. In this particular round of coaches, it really was only 3 coaches that you can really say was better than Mark McCarthy. Pete Carroll,
Yep.
Bill Belichick,
Yep.
and Playboy. And you said that, boss. And you now, I agree with you. Cowboys fans should be mad that we didn't talk to them.
Yeah.
Because those were the 3 candidates that was better than what we had. So guess what? I'm thinking about it, boss. Well, in the house, I have an office coordinator who's been an office coordinator for 14 years, who had good offenses. Why would I go and interview another office coordinator who don't even have the skills he got?
Right.
That don't make sense. I was hearing people saying, listen to what they have, listen to what they're going to say. Boss, I'm sorry. Me and you both got boys. Boss is nothing, and your son, been playing sports less than you. Boss is nothing, he's not going to be able to tell you some things that you can tell him.
Right.
It's just facts. Because, boss, you don't send it all. It's a benefit when that's what you want as a head coach. You want a head coach that's been through fire. As an offensive coordinator right now, guys, Ben Johnson haven't been through fire. Oh,
No.
yes, he has, and he ran and became a head coach. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
He got beat by the Redskins, and he quickly in the day left.
Yeah, and
I'm just saying.
I'll say this, man, that's why I ain't really tripping. I'm just kind of sitting back because I also understand the emotion, right? Because I have some emotion about losing Zimmer, right? So, and I'm going to talk about Eberflus, and, I know a lot of people want to get my opinion on that. But I do got some feelings on that. But at the same time, Amp always say, and I agree with this, slow until you know.
And boss, and this is another thing too. And I know you've hired people in the past. Boss, when I know that I got a candidate that's perfect position and I like this person is going to do well, I'll keep looking.
Right.
Because if you keep looking, boss, what happens? You lose that person.
Yeah.
And so, but the Cowboys fans, Cowboys fans, and even some of the creators, oh, you should look at everybody. You should look at everybody. No, that's not how it works. That's not how I hire people. Just because I have 20 people set up for an interview, if in the first 5 are gangster, and I have 3 positions, dude. And I know that they are looking for other positions. Boss, I'm locking that in. Period. Because there's other banks that are looking for great people too. If you don't lock them in, you're gonna lose them. But I think some people don't think logically. I think sometimes, like you said, like you say, boss, they let the crowd rule their thought process when any other time they wouldn't think like that.
Right. It's
And
a
so
good hire.
that's my only thing in this. And then the last thing that I've been hearing is, oh, he'll be Jerry Jones perfect. And I think to myself, boss, like, dude, like, what are you talking about? Coaching wise, like, I've never seen Jerry really like coach. Now he might say like certain players he might want to play or whatever like that, but boss, in a lot of industry, a lot of teams are like that. a lot of teams like that. If they you have a number one quarterback, every team wants to say what number one quarterback to play. These are facts. So are those GMs meddling too? No. They drafted a number one quarterback, and they want that number one quarterback to play. So,
Yeah,
it's just kind of weird on that. Then number two, boss. There's a lot of coaches that don't do personnel; they just coach.
right.
They say, "Give me my players, and I'll coach them up." And in the league, boss, I don't know how many coaches can do both. I really don't. To my understanding, not that many coaches can do both personnel and coaching. I could be wrong, but to my understanding, most of them don't. And so for this little note that people keep saying about Jerry Jones and I'm not understanding it, boss. I'm kind of missing that portion of it. Maybe they are misstating what they're trying to say about Jerry Jones. I have no idea.
Yeah, man. I explain.
But when I look at it, the Cowboys really are ran similar to other teams. It's just our owner like to talk.
Yeah,
because one thing I do know.
Oh,
go ahead.
Hold on, real quick. Ooh. Okay, hold on. I gotta help Amp real quick. Let me help Amp, coach. Let me get Amp going real quick, and then we'll have to pause this call real quick, coach. All right.
No problem.
All right, that was coach. Y'all give me a second, man. I gotta. So Amp said his link not working. Y'all give me 1 second, man. Try to fix that real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. I need to do something real quick. It's some behind the scenes stuff. Y'all give me 1 second. Cause I gotta be able to send this link out first, and then I'm gonna be able to talk. I gotta concentrate. Y'all give me 1 second. And I see y'all, I got 2 calls on the phone. So alright, here we go. Change. Damn. Alright, y'all give me 1 second. Okay, yep. Alright, so I just sent him another link. Let me call him real quick, and to make sure he good, then I go back to the calls real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. And then on that run by Saquon, man, that made me so mad, bro. We could have got Saquon easily for like $5 million.
What's going on, bro?
I just sent you a new link
to Twitter or what?
Twitter. Yeah.
All right, bet.
Hold on real quick. Don't hang up. I got you on. You live too.
What's good, y'all? Hey, flying a plane while it's in the air. Hey, it ain't sweet, it ain't pretty, it ain't perfect, but hey, we do our best to get it done.
Try that link.
Bet.
Yeah, man, that's Saquon, man. And then people could be like, they're killing more, boy. He sure can call some plays.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, man, it's dark.
Did you click on that new version?
Mm-hmm.
That version dark, you say?
Yup. Let me see. Try it again.
If that don't work, I'm gonna send you another link.
Okay. Yeah, no. Negative.
We might need to try your phone.
Alright.
Try your phone. Let's see if that works. This is the type of troubleshooting you gotta do. Yeah, man, Saquon. Low key, these boys should be able to win the Super Bowl with Saquon. Boy, if the Eagles win another Super Bowl, boy, they gonna be so annoying. God damn. All right, callers, y'all keep holding. We trying to get Imp. Y'all hold on. We trying to get Imp in here. Did you try through your phone yet? Y'all be patient. You say Commanders can't beat them, boss? Man, the Commanders beat them before. They came back on them this year. On a comeback. Now, the Eagles do got more talent, though.
Let's try this solo.
Washington, y'all looking so scared right now. Man, that's annoying.
Damn. Alright. I'm gonna have to get it through my phone, but I need to set that up too, so I'm gonna hit you back.
Yeah, hit me back. I'll be taking some calls.
Alright.
All right, so we gonna go back to the calls real quick while I'm trying to figure it out. All right, so we got DP Johnson. DP.
What up, boss?
What's up with it, man?
Man, I'm chilling. I think I might be kind of one of the rarities. I'm actually not. I don't act like I'm happy about it, but I'm not mad at the shot. Them taking shot at.
Yeah.
I've been called you a few times, and we talked about his past as a play caller, especially during his time up in Seattle. I think that it's unfair that everybody keeps on hollering all this mess about the fact he's the first time head coach when a man turned down jobs from two different organizations because they didn't feel right.
Yeah. It just show you a lot of people moving in an emotion. It's because when you out there saying what's clearly not true, it's And they say it like this, DP. They say nobody clearly ever wanted him. Be like, no, bro, it's not true.
I know he turned down jobs. It's different when you never got offered a job. He turned down jobs. They made the offer. Hey, we want to bring you in as the coach, not an interview. And he said, "No, I'm good."
Yeah.
So that to me, being a son of an NFL coach, he kind of understood that wasn't the time and place for him. Know what I mean? If he happy about that.
Right. Yeah, man. Nah.
I honestly think that a lot of us fall for our own narratives too much, bro.
What you mean?
And just because somebody worked for the store, got that store, you know what I mean, don't mean that they're necessarily the best. You got to go ahead and judge everybody for their own work. Right. You know what I mean? You got to come in with your own sins. You can't just say, well, he's here, so we love him, he's great. No, you still got to judge that man on his work. Let him put his work out there, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think sometimes they go good and bad. Like, we'll be mad. So a coach that's doing a real good job with very little, being given very little, we want to come down harder on him than the coach that got a lot with low expectations.
Yeah. But I'm being patient, man. I ain't tripping. I don't even care, man. Because right now it's a lot of it's a lot of people just emotional. Period. Just even watching this game right here, dog. This hard to watch. You know, it's very.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know,
I think for me, like, way I just look at it, he actually fits our current personnel better than what Mike was trying to do with it. Like when I look back at Seattle when he was there, he had one good receiver, a bunch of tight ends, and a stable of backs. It kind of sounds like our offense, don't it?
Yeah, exactly. Sounds just like us. Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of, you know what I mean? And yeah, when the NFL was pushing the whole Let Russ Cook campaign, that's because the ownership wanted to transition to a pass-happy league.
Right.
But the whole reason why they had to specifically target his team is because he was still so run-heavy. But Russell was still throwing 30, 40 touchdowns a year. So it's not like Dak ain't going to have nothing to do. And, I'm sorry, who's the quarterback that Dak was being compared to early in his career? Why not put him back in that same offense and let him go back to what was easy at first and build on that?
Right.
Instead of keep trying to create all these new scenarios for him to figure out on the fly. I think it just makes sense.
Right. I totally agree. Yeah. People just panicking, bro. I ain't tripping off that, man. The main thing I don't want is Witten on the staff. That's the main person I don't want on the staff.
I don't either.
I'm talking about
I think that you kind of hit on the nail. Witten, what I said, I forget who had posted something, and I kind of responded to it, and I said for him to be anything other than a quality assistance coach would be nothing but would do nothing but stir political sticks all through the pot. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's just, it'd be too much. You know what I mean? Like, I understand, okay, he got a history, he coaching, he taking it serious. Y'all want to take it serious, make him earn it.
Make him earn it. I think he need to go.
Don't just hand it over to him.
Yeah. Make him earn it. Yep. He need to go actually coach somewhere else before he come to Dallas. It'll be better that way, man. Like, cause everybody go, especially because Mike McCarthy allegedly walked away because of you been putting, it's like, yeah. So that's the main thing I want us to do when we get done with this game. One more push, one more social media push saying, we cool on Jason Witten. We cool on that. Because I don't want him nowhere on the staff. Nowhere.
Mm-hmm. I know. Did you hear? They was talking about somebody was doing an interview with DeMarcus Ware. Yeah, if he get a job, I'll come over coach him. Man, no, don't be doing that.
Yeah.
I've been want to do all that little bro talk and all that mess. Like, y'all know who you good boys in with the Joneses know y'all can get a job if y'all want it, but don't be putting that out there like that, man.
Right.
That ain't nothing messy.
Yeah. It would be drama. It's no way the Dallas Cowboys will be taken any way serious with Witten even on the staff. So I'm just not gonna tolerate it.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tolerate it. I
don't believe it. I will say of our coaching staff, though, that's where I'm waiting to see how that gets filled out. The coach that I really got my eyes on is Wendell Wells. I don't care what kind of promotion you gotta get that man. Keep him.
Yeah, and see, and that's what I'm afraid of too, man. I'm afraid that they trying to move Wells around for Witten. It's like Wells is already super perfect where he is. Because now they trying to say, man, they trying to maybe make him offensive line coach. It's like, even if it worked, it's like, keep shopping. Keep shopping.
It's like I don't mind. He could do offensive line coach. I think he could do it better than what we had last year. But I don't want to do that at the sacrifice of the tight end room. Because one thing that a lot of folks overlook is London kept that thing turning over.
Yeah.
Turn it over. Who I got this year, Coach? He's turning it over.
Yeah.
We're going to have a productive one. I'm going to do some with the 2 and the 3 as well. Come on.
Right.
He keeps him turning.
Right.
You know what I mean? We can't lose that. You don't lose that.
Nah. Linda Wells.
You got to keep them kind of dudes in house.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Like, to be honest with you, it's a travesty that he's not treated like the apple of the coach's eye with all the production he done gave him.
I think you need to try to
He
keep
should be one of the coaches that say kissing his butt.
We need to try to keep Paul Gunter in the house too.
That's who I thought we should have been trying to get for DC.
I said, yeah.
Just for continuity sake, his defense is a birth child of Zimmer's.
Yeah. See,
like, you keep the language the same. You go ahead and the base is the same. It's just they variances is different. Just little calls here and there, adjustments.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. But man, we got a lot of callers up here, man. Let me get to these other callers, man. Appreciate you, DP.
All right, appreciate you letting me get my voice out, bro. Be good.
Oh, you too, G. That was DP Johnson, man. All right. We got the good hoodie, AJ, then B Bird. All right, the good hoodie. What you got, brother?
Hey, boss. How you doing today, man?
Good, brother.
Hey, so I'm watching this Eagles game, but before I ask you my question, my main question, real quick, I saw a couple videos that you had said that we're an unserious organization, and I saw that you were kind of okay with the Brian Schottenheimer hire. Me, it wasn't the route that I wanted to go. Do you believe that Brian Schottenheimer gets us one step closer to a championship?
Yep. I absolutely.
Oh, man, we disagree on that, but
that's fine.
We disagree. How so? How so?
It's because, to me, the main thing that was wrong with the Dallas Cowboys this year was our lack of balance, and so that's what he brings. Also, he's flexible. He's been proven to be flexible. He's somebody that everybody trying to assume that he's going to be old. No, he's been around for 25 years, so he knows the old and the new. But he has an identity and a philosophy, and he also fits the modern NFL, because in the modern NFL, there's been an increase in defenses playing a lot of too high safety, basically giving invitation to run the ball. On top of that, your linebackers have gotten smaller over the last 10 years. So teams that are running the ball right now, like we just saw with Saquon, they having great success.
Yeah.
So having a coach that's already prone to want to run the ball is a fit. Plus, it makes sense because you don't have to change your language. Because I know a lot of people want to overhaul, but do y'all want that slow start that usually happens from overhauls?
No, we don't.
That's why I like him.
But I'll say this: I'm a play it by ear. Yes, it was an emotional day yesterday, as it was for most Cowboy fans. But as I slept on it, and I'm watching this Eagles game right now, I can't say that Nick Sirianni is the main reason why they're winning. I mean, even if you don't have a coach, your dream coach of your dreams or whatever, you don't have that motivator, that culture changer. I think that's what a lot of Cowboys fans were looking forward to, possibly a culture changer coach. Although there's not many available, it just seems kind of like the same old with a different face with Brian Schottenheimer, which is why it's kind of like, all right, you know, what these next 4 years going to really look like with this team. I know that, you know, Dak will still be here for another 3 years or so. It will be tremendous for us to see him lift the Lombardi Trophy. But even if we don't have that coach, I think there is still a route for us to succeed as if we surround the team with those requisite weapons. Like the Eagles got, Saquon, A.J. Brown, Smith. I mean, it's stacked. If we went into this draft really aggressively, and I don't know who's all on your draft board or even who's going to be available for when we pick, because I think we won maybe one or two mini games this past season. But we stacked the team. You know, leadership is not necessarily how we're going to win, but I hope that we are aggressive enough this first year. But I think one of the other commentators said that every first year of a new head coach was pretty aggressive, hence with that Amari Cooper and so on and so forth. But do you feel that they're going to be aggressive with this off season after hiring this coach, let's say in the free agency period especially?
I absolutely feel like they're going to be aggressive. I don't think they could be aggressive on free agency as much. I think if anywhere they might try to be a little bit more aggressive, they gonna be aggressive maybe with the Marshalls, value free agents. So, you know, it's some people that I got my own that I would want them to like Greenlaw. Like I would want them to do something like that. That would shock the world, right? But really,
who had that Achilles injury?
Yes, I would go after him with everything I got. Yes. Somebody like that that's showing that you go, he's not gonna be expensive, but his name is good. So I see them doing stuff like that. But where they go really try to give us some candy, the draft. The pick 1 and pick 2 go be sexy. They not doing DT this year. They not doing offensive line this year. They not doing it because they want us to be excited. So I'm almost certain they gonna make a splash.
I hope so.
They gonna make a splash.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to a Genty or somebody.
It's gonna be
or the receiver out of Arizona. I mean, anything.
Yeah, it's gonna be something like that.
Missouri, anybody.
Yeah, it's gonna be something like that. I guarantee it. I don't care if the best DT in the last 50 years is sitting there. We not doing it.
All right, you spitting some hope on me now. Don't get me too hopeful.
Nah, they gotta get hope because nobody believe in this coach. You see what I'm saying? So it's still a business. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So they gotta have us with some optimism if they go sell tickets. If they have DTs and offensive linemen, man, Cowboy fans not even showing up.
Yeah, we're gonna be pissed off to the highest degree. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get online screaming again like I did yesterday.
Oh no, yeah, no doubt, big dog, man. But appreciate the call, bro.
Hey man, stay up. All love.
All love. That was the good hoodie, man. All right, so we got AJ, and then we got B Bird. AJ, you live.
Oh, Boss Cowboy, what up, man? Y'all just, man, I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah.
I personally feel like it was a good hire. You honestly made me feel like it was a good hire after watching your show and then me going back and doing my own research.
Yeah.
And I look at it this way. Russell Wilson had some of his best years under Shadi. Is this true or is this false?
It's facts. It's facts.
In fact, I think a prime Dak Prescott is better than a prime Russell Wilson. That's just my honest to God opinion.
I think that's fair.
And that's fair, right? So now I feel like we'll go back to winning the way we're supposed to win, and that's town football.
Yeah,
you will see a lot of different running schemes. Dak is elite. When I mean elite, I mean top 2, top 3 quarterbacks in the league off play action.
Right.
Doing a lot of more play action.
Right.
Dak Prescott is elite. And I mean top 1 and 2 when he has a running game of over 85 or 90 yards, I believe. I want to say his record is like 30 something and like 3.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I also want to piggyback off what you said with the previous call of Good Hoodie. I definitely think it's going to be a splash draft. The first picks are offense. I honestly agree with that. But the only thing that scares me with the first pick, and I'm not going to lie to you, is the Bears going after Genty. How do you feel about that?
I feel that. But especially because Ben Johnson over there. See,
exactly.
they just got Gibbs at 12. And it worked.
See, we on the same page.
You see what I'm saying? So When Ben Johnson was at Detroit, they got Gibbs so they not gonna have that bougie, running back. Nah, he could be like, it just worked. Let's do it again. So we might need to jump them. Trigger. Yeah, they could pull that trigger.
That's my next question. That's my next question. Who do you offer in the trade to jump them, boss?
Who? Oh man, we don't got much to trade.
Who and what?
Oh, we don't have much to trade.
And that's my point. That's my point. So with that being said, my feelings have kind of got turned towards wide receiver.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's just me.
It's guaranteed gonna be a nice wide receiver there. It's gonna be somebody like Burton sitting right there that we all gonna be like, nice. That's good. You know what I mean? That's the best available.
And you can mess around. And you can mess around in the second round and get somebody like Trey Henderson from Ohio State.
Yeah. Yeah. And feel good.
And that'll be those will be 2 A+ picks.
Yeah.
For the first and second round. Those
I agree.
Be 2 A+ picks.
And it's gonna be splash picks just like that. Yep.
I have high hopes for the Cowboys next season. Well, I'm excited. I wouldn't say high hopes. I'm more so excited to see what we're gonna do in the draft. And I honestly feel like, man, if we get this running game back going, we win more games because that's how we won.
Yep.
With Emmitt Smith, we won games like that with DeMarco Murray. Cowboys fans don't realize when we run the ball and we control time of possessions, we win 11, 12 games easily. Yeah.
That's why I ain't worried about Brian. I ain't worried about Brian at all.
We're a hard team to beat like that. And people say, "Oh, Brian isn't a leader of men." Everybody who speaks about him loves him. Everybody.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody who speaks about him who has some sort of smut to say about him. Everybody loves him. But Cowboy fans, just wait and see. Because everything we want in our past, when we get it, it sucks. And when we stumble on things,
we get lucky.
Working out.
That's right.
And that's all I got for you, boss.
Man, good call, bro. I totally agree with that call, man. That was a great call, bro. All right, so that was AJ. Now we got B Bird. Y'all give me a second, man. Me hang up. AJ, let's get B Bird queued up. B Bird, you live.
Hey, what's up, boss?
What's up with it?
Not much. Yeah, I'll listen to your shows or whatever, and I'm not on the Schottenheimer, but I'm on a wait and see. Let's just see, give him a chance.
Yeah.
Approach. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we can't say what he is or what he ain't because we don't know yet.
Right.
But one of the things I did like was that Slater reported that Witten was not going to join the coaching squad. It seems to be a little bit of something there that they're not forcing him on him. That means something to me.
Me too.
So hopefully that continues.
Me too.
That's big. And you got to look at the tea leaves on these things, man. So what I'm really waiting on now is the press conference. Just to see how he talks, and then also the subsequent press conference from the Joneses and whatever they say, and kind of piece those things together and try to figure out, how what kind of control, what kind of presence he has with the front office, because that's the biggest thing. He has to have a presence with the front office, because I still believe that culture is the biggest thing, and your head coach has to be the leader of that culture.
Yep.
So I call you to talk to you about this.
All right.
I asked you a question a long time ago. You answered it, but you may not know where it came from. I said you played at U of H and you played against Army. You remember? I don't know if you ever remember you asked me that question.
I remember playing against
Army.
Yeah.
Okay. So I asked you that question because I am a believer in a contrarian offense, and what that means is that when everybody goes to the pass, it's going to be hard to stop the run. So one of the things that I know with U of H is that y'all played a lot of four wides and this, that, and the other, and played against teams with the four wides. But it had to be, take a lot of focus and a lot of different things to be able to play against Army, because they just wasn't like everybody else. I mean, do you agree with that, or was that the case?
Yeah, we definitely were spreading the ball out. Yep, we was.
Yeah. But I'm saying when you had to go against the Army rushing attack, it had to be kind of tougher because it's a whole different mentality going against a team that's going to run the ball 50, 60 times a game.
I think by the time we played Army, I like that D coordinator. He kind of was like Zimmer to me, where all of us was kind of bought in and knew why we was doing our job. So we had better defenses towards the latter end of me playing. So I didn't care whether you was a running team or a passing team, as long as we had the answer and we was committed to it.
Correct. But I see some teams struggle against them, and what it is that what they do is they're four, like a Texas Tech. You're a 4 wideout team, sometimes run 5 wideouts, and that just makes you finesse. So you run against a power team, it's kind of hard to switch lanes. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for teams to struggle. I call it a contrarian offense. So what I see right now is that it's just what you said, and I talked about this before, is that trends, you got to be at the start of a trend.
Yeah.
You can't be in the middle of a trend to take advantage of it. You can't be at the end of a trend. That's definitely the wrong time to be there.
Right.
But you got to be at the start of a trend. Do you think that we are still, if we transfer into a run-first team, do you still think that we are ahead of the trend and everybody's not catching on, or what do you think?
I feel like
next year.
It's a small window to take advantage of running the ball, because remember Mike Mark said he was watching the NFL over the last 10 years, and gradually the linebackers have become smaller. So you can't just hit a switch and then just fully supply all 32 teams fully supplied with downhill linebackers. You know, you have to get them. They gonna have to matriculate, in my opinion, into the NFL. So that's to me like a 2 to 3.
Colleges don't even have them.
Right. You see
Colleges
what I'm saying?
Don't even have
right. So passing college, passing NFL made you have less linebackers. So it's gonna take about, in my opinion, 3 to 4 years to supply all these teams with a good enough reservoir of talent to be able to counter this onslaught of the run game. So we not the start of the trend, but we getting in right on time.
Yeah, and one of my things with Schottenheimer is I have to go with his, just like I did Peyton Manning, Diggs, what's the cornerback out of the Chargers? Who's that? Surtain.
Yeah, Surtain.
Those guys.
Yeah.
You gotta understand that Manning is great because Peyton and Eli are great because they were great, but also they get to sit at the dinner table and talk to a professional quarterback who is their father.
Right.
Yes. I think Schottenheimer got
Good
to
point.
sit at you got to pick that lineage into play. He's not going to be a throw all over the field type guy. He's going to be a run the ball because that's what he's raised under. That's what his dad believed in. That's what he believes in too. So, but the thing I think whenever we talk about ingenuity and creative and offensive, we always talk about the pass game. We have to be creative in the run game, and I think Detroit is creative in the run game. You know, these teams are. Philadelphia is creative in the run game. So the creativity don't just stop ends with the passing routes. It ends with blocking schemes. So what are you doing? Motion of the blocking scheme up front. Are you pulling? How are you getting these holes open? And that's where I think the ingenuity can go into, and to whereas it can. So if you don't have the lineman talent, you can get them some angles or whatever that can kind of make up for that.
No, I totally agree. And I think he's going to be very creative in the run game. And it was him that led the creative run game last year, because that's his assignment. And that's what he worked on. So when we started to run the ball better, you got to credit Brian for that, you know? So.
And so the thing about it is, y'all, I think I tweeted this and you said it right. Man, look, you cannot throw the ball 40 times in Buffalo, Philadelphia, Washington, Kansas. You can't do it.
Nope.
You can have those offenses that perform well in September and October and some of November. You can't bring those offenses into these cold weather places and think they're going to work. But what does travel well is good defense and good running game. Well, what we have not had is good defense and good running game. And so hopefully, man, we just transition over into, we're about 2 years and 2 seasons behind on this run thing. I kind of thought about this in 2022. I said, man, people are running the ball a little bit better. But the league doesn't want that. They want to be, we throwing the ball at the passing league, and everybody's parroting that. I also put a tweet up that said, I don't want to hear from nobody talking about if you say that you refuse to take a running back in the first round, we can't even have a conversation of it.
No,
because you will pass it on some special. If it's a special talent, you got to take that person, man.
Yeah,
Saquon is special. He was special out the draft.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Zeke was special out the draft, man.
He was.
I mean, Henry is special. These are special talents that have kept their physical ability up to the highest. And then another thing too, man. We're talking about, man, that guy's over here. We're talking about 26-year-old young men, 27. When has that been? I don't care if it's football or whatever. That's still a young age. We're putting age on these guys and saying that they're over the hill at 26 years old. After some of these guys are coming in the league when they're 20 years old and do their first contract till they're 25, going into the free agency. You can't say it's a second contract. Like Jacob sat out there forever, man. One of the best players in the league, was an MVP candidate, and had to go in and take I forgot that contract. What you call it? Take that contract from the Raiders, man, just to come back on it. And it was just kind of sad. I said, man, they are really doing these running backs wrong, man. And that's why I thought also, too, Boss, I think, man, it's a great time to get running backs at this price. Also, it's a great time to get linebackers because their value is falling, too, man. So
yeah.
I just felt that's an area where, man.
And linebackers' price finna come up.
Yeah. Everything's coming back around, right? After Saquon and Henry, what they did this year, they putting some money on top of some second contract running back, which is good, man, because who touches the ball more, Chase or Saquon?
I would assume Saquon.
The wide receiver. I'm saying a good running back touches the ball more than a great wide receiver. That's just what it is. I mean, Saquon can get 25 carries and 3 receptions. Ain't nobody getting no 28 doggone receptions for at a wide receiver position.
Right.
So the guy sees the ball more. He's actually more of a game changer than your wide receiver.
Facts.
That might get 6 balls for 100 yards, but he ain't setting the pace of the game. He ain't setting the physicality. He's not doing all those things, man. This guy here is, and they've done the running back wrong for the longest, man. I'm just glad that they're getting their just dues, man, because, again, I thought that we should have got 2 running backs in the offseason.
Me too.
When nobody thought we should get none. And I was like, man, we can get a Saquon, we can get a Henry, and then we can go back and get somebody else. For how much?
Around the time,
$13 million?
that time, you was pushing for that, and I was pushing for that. Running back was going for $5 million, and I'm talking about Saquon.
That's crazy. That is crazy, man.
Because remember, that was the offseason where everybody was like, damn, y'all spent $10 million to tag Pollard, and Saquon went for 5. Yeah. Swift went for 5. Man, you right. In that offseason, you could have got 2 veteran running backs, but everybody was like, don't pay running backs past 26. That was the doctrine.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
So they tagged all of them. They tagged Jacobs. They tagged Saquon. We tagged Pollard. Every one of them got tagged or traded.
Yep. And it was sad, though. I was looking at that. I was like,
it was sad.
It wrong. And what it is, it's doctrine, though, man. You are absolutely right.
It's doctrine.
And I don't believe that anybody that has for one thing, if you have a doctrine, then you really don't have a feel for the game, right? So you can't go and go move up in the draft to get anybody because you don't have what you try to do is get these rules and regulations that you got to draft by or sign free agents by, but you don't make the room for the exception. You get what I'm saying? Like if Barry Sanders come out like as a first round running back, we never draft him. That's Barry Sanders.
Yeah, and they're still even with Barry Sanders. My
son is. Go on.
No, I was just saying, like, you're right. Even with Barry Sanders, they'll still be like, in the first round?
Yeah, in the first round? This dude, I told my son the other day, I said, man, and he's 20. I said, they could have made that argument for Barry Sanders, and I said, I still haven't seen another Barry Sanders since he's retired. He's just that special.
Yeah.
You have special people that you got to make exceptions for, man.
Yeah.
And so you have to have an eye in football to say, that dude there, we ain't gonna see another one of that guy in 10 years. Draft him.
Draft him.
The
Right.
Joneses don't have that because you know who I thought they should have did that with? Man, and I know this is gonna reach. I went and looked it up. I said, man, we should have kept Jalen Carter from the Philadelphia Eagles. We needed a defensive tackle. Go up and get him. He had some issues which made him fall because remember he's going to be a number 1 or 2 pick. Don't just sit there and let that guy fall to them. You need a guy, and you keep him from going there. Go get him. I don't know what that would have took, but that's the kind of mindset you got to have and say, I don't want them to get in. I want to face this guy for the next 8 years.
Right.
I want to have him on my team for the next 8 years.
Right.
That guy's a talent. Yeah, he just got some tickets or did whatever, but you got to make room for special talent. And in your mind, you cannot have a doctrine that just says, in no manner do you ever do this. I don't believe in that doctrine.
That's crazy.
But anyway, boss, I appreciate you keeping me on, man, and I'm going to holler at you later.
Okay, B-Bird.
Listen to you, brother.
Man, I love what y'all doing in here, man. I'm already peeping game. Hold on real quick. Let me turn off these phones real quick. God, dog. Angie already started the campaign. I sure appreciate it. See, I meant what I said, man. You don't need a lot of people. You just need a few. You don't need a lot of people. You just need a few. Hold on real quick. Let me get behind Angie. Angie was the first to shoot. Hold on real quick. She was the first to shoot.
Everybody around me shooters. Ain't no telling who was shooting.
And I asked for this. And I know it been reports that Witten might not be on the staff. And it's let's push it over. So Angie, she already started. No Witten, no entitlement, no Jason Witten. I agree. So let me do my part. And this is how you do it. I'ma just Witten. I'm gonna say with report that Mike Carter walked away because of the talk of Witten being the future head coach. It would not be fair to place Witten under Brian. No distractions. Dallas, I'm gonna tag him. Should wait a couple of years to even bring back the conversation. What am I missing, man? I'm over tweeting. It sounds like I'm missing something. I'm hearing the game behind me. Oh, TD Washington. Okay. I hate Philly a little bit worse than Washington, so I feel okay with that. So now it's time to do my hashtags. Oh, Jason Witten. Yep. Boom. So I will want everybody to send something out like that. Everybody that's watching. Like one more push, just one more. I sleep better at night. I promise you I will. I promise you I will. All right, let me go look and see what's going on with this game. All right, so it's a 2-point game. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna take some of y'all super chats. Before I take these super chats, man, I want to play this and I'm gonna talk about. Wait. I don't want to do the super chats yet. Give me a second. Hold on. Give me a second. I don't want to do the super chats yet. I want to take something real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. Before I take these super chats, I want to play this clip and talk about it. And then we go take the super chats. Then I'm going to try to get Amp back. All right. And while I'm doing this watch party, which I'm telling y'all, it's hurting me to do this watch party. It's hurting me. It's hard to do this one. This one just hurting. It's like I feel like Superman and I got through in a pool of kryptonite just watching the Eagles and Washington battle. I feel like a sellout doing this watch party. But you can get 150% bonus on your first deposit and 125% on your next two deposits up to 2,000. Promo code YouTube 150. That's what Big US doing. They also giving a casino bonus up to 200% for a sign-up bonus and a crypto bonus up to 250%. So get your money. Get your money. They say Zim retired? Okay, I feel better now. Hold on, Church, has that been announced? Has that been announced? Zim retired? Because then I'm going to want to talk about that. Where you get that, Tyrone Church? Where you get that? Because I know Twitter be breaking stuff. You got that on Twitter? I'm trying to see where you got that Zim retired because I want to talk about that if he did. Let me see. Real quick. I don't see nothing yet. Okay. Say by Ed Water. Let me look. All right. I'm on Ed Warner on Twitter right now. I don't see it yet. I don't see it. I don't see nothing from Ed saying he retired. Okay. I see it. Okay, I see it. All right, let me talk about this real quick. God damn. Thank y'all. So this came in about 3 hours ago. Let me make this bigger. Man, that Twitter be breaking stuff fast. So Ed Warner. Mike Zimmer tells me that he would not be returning to the Cowboys as a member of Brian Schottenheimer's coaching staff and will likely retire from coaching in the NFL. Zimmer served as a defensive coordinator last season. Cowboys likely to hire Matt Eberflus as DC per sources. So this is my response to that.
If you gotta go out, that's how you go out. He took his destiny in his own hand.
That's my response to that. It said likely retire, so it's not official. It's like he's saying he want to retire, but Zimmer, real talk.
If you gotta go out, that's how you go out. He took his destiny in his own hand. You gotta snap some collars and let you know you there to take them out anytime you feel like it. You gotta get the ground beneath your feet, partner. Get the wind behind your back and go out in the blaze if you got to.
Yeah, that's my opinion on Zim. Is if you gotta go out, that's how you go out, for real.
If you gotta go out, that's how you go out. He took his destiny in his own hand.
See, ain't nobody gonna be able to say nothing negative about Zim. Nothing. And see, and according to Brian Brothers, he was on the show with Vach, that basically Zim felt like he should have been a coaching candidate. He felt like he got tired of getting looked over. Do you blame him? Because to me, it wouldn't have been even close to negative. if they would have made Zim the head coach, because he got our belief back, didn't he? Didn't he? Man, if they made Zim the head coach, everybody would be like, let's go. Hold on, let me show you what my plan was, which I still think they should have did, bro. Yeah. So y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna show y'all my plan. What I really wholeheartedly feel like we should have done. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Where it's at, man? Here it is. To me, this would have been the ultimate move. This would have been the ultimate move, and it wouldn't have been no massive outrage. That should have been a move right there to me. That should have been a move. Zimmer should have been the head coach. Brian Schottenheimer would have really got a promotion, because now he would have been a play caller, and then Paul Gunter should have been a DC. You would have pretty much held all this continuity together, and you would have made your offense better. See, it's one thing I can't help but think a little bit. I like the move of Brian Schottenheimer. I'm not too sure if I'm just bought in to the quality of Matt Eberflus, and is he gonna be as good as Zim and Paul Gunter was. I do believe the linebacker room is gonna be solid. I do. But see, Paul and Zim, they was doing some. Okay, I'll put it like this. In my opinion, I want y'all to hear me out. I want to get y'all thoughts on this too. See, Nate. I'm telling y'all, man. Nate. Y'all clap it up for Nate. Clap it up for Nate. Zimmer was not afraid to use the media to get what he wanted. They can't fully control him. Yes. One more clap it up for Nate. Clap it up. Clap it up. See, because remember, it was Ed Warner who he talked to the first time when he was putting it out there that he needed help at defensive tackle. See, that's what I'm telling y'all, man. And boss, shut up. He old, boss. I was like, listen, I hear you, bro. I hear you. But Nate said it, bro. That's why I like them veteran head coaches, because they know how to work the media. And boss, shut up, boss. Shut up. Like that. See, Nate hit it, bruh. And then I'm being honest, y'all. Listen, it's a big bar set for Matt Eberflus. So it wasn't even the schematic stuff we were seeing Zimmer do, right? Because schematically, Zimmer was doing some, right? It wasn't just the schematics. It was the brain nourishment that he was doing. What do you mean brain nourishment? Paul Gunter and Zimmer used to meet with the defense in the mornings to teach them football, where it wasn't even about understanding your position. He wanted you to understand what the corner position is doing, what the safety is doing. So it's like, if you Matt Eberflus and you come in there and you not nourishing your players' mind, they gonna be thirsty. So that's my concern. And Matt Eberflus, whatever you do, you make sure you continue what Zimmer and Powell was doing when they was teaching Micah and them in the mornings. And it started with Micah and Diggs, and they say that it grew. It was like they was preaching, and then every time they would preach, more and more people would come to the church of Zimmer and Powell. But I do like Eberflus. It's just that, Lattimore did look slow on that. He did. Lattimore looked like he kind of looked. So anyway, I wanted to talk about that real quick. Hold on, y'all. All right, couple of more things real quick. Now I'm gonna take these super chats. Now, before I take the super chats, listen. Before I take the super chats, I want to talk about one more thing real quick. That's encouraging. Y'all listen to this.
Color. Yeah, look, I haven't heard over time that Jerry is thrifty with his head coaches. I mean, I've heard he's paid coaches that he's, well, historically. Now, maybe Brian's situation is different because of what the market was for him. But Brian, like, whether or not Brian makes the same as Ben Johnson doesn't mean he's not necessarily going to be as good as Ben Johnson. Just because we need to get that out of the way too. Just because you pay a guy a ton of money doesn't mean he's going to be good. He's a first-year head coach, and Brian's a first-year head coach. And so Brian was my offensive coordinator in New York. I hired him when San Diego was the Chargers. They'd given us problems in New England. I wanted to get someone from that system, so I brought Brian in for an interview.
Listen.
This was going to be his first time as an offensive coordinator, and here's what I can say about Brian is.
See, now, listen. This is very important when you trying to figure out what type of coach Brian is going to be. So this is Eric Mangini talking about where he brought in Brian Schottenheimer in as a coach. So listen, this is super important.
Really smart, really understood the system, could do a good job coaching the system, but there were other things that I wanted to add, elements of the West Coast, elements of what we'd done in New England, and Brian was very flexible in terms of being able to incorporate new ideas.
That's important to me. He said Brian was very flexible in being able to incorporate new ideas. So the problem that I keep hearing about people's thought about Brian is almost like he's going to come from an archaic system, that he's going to be just old. No, the main reasons the players was allegedly wanting him is because he was the person allegedly that bridged the gap between Kellen Moore's system and Mike McCarthy's Texas Coast. He made it make sense to him. So this is a football guy.
So he wasn't so religious on what he was running that he wasn't going to be open to other things. So I appreciate that.
See, now this is somebody who actually worked with him. So what did he say? He wasn't so in love with his system and, Marty Ball that he couldn't be flexible.
About him too. So you've got all those elements. He's got familiarity with the quarterback. He's got a relationship with the quarterback. There's going to be continuity offensively. Now we'll have to see what he does from a defense perspective, who he brings in. But in a lot of ways, going to get Kellen Moore versus hiring Brian Schottenheimer, I don't think there's a lot of difference there. Brian's had a lot of success in different places. He's had a lot of different experiences. He's been part of that program. He works well with Jerry. Taking a chance on Ben Johnson, taking a chance on Aaron Glenn, taking a chance on Brian Schottenheimer. You don't know who's going to hit. He's also got a great pedigree. He grew up in a football family with his dad, Marty, who's legendary. So he's got that experience as well. So I think we need to see.
Yeah. See. Listen, I think we finna do good. I think we got lucky. Yeah. And then Big Benny, now I get to these super chats because I agree with you. Eberflus is a good DC, not so much as a head coach. Because somebody asked me earlier, he said, "Boss, my boy Dono, be the best. He said, "Boss, can you break down Eberflus?" So Eberflus traditionally ran a 4-3 defense, 4 defensive linemen with 3 linebackers, right? So, but then with the Colts, he began to start running more in a pass-happy league, what they call a 4-2-5, right? And that's where you actually playing with 3 safeties versus 3 linebackers, right? So Eberflus, everywhere he's been, when he has been coaching the defense, your linebackers play good. That's one thing about Eberflus. Wherever he is, they play good. And they play complete. So when you was the coach of Sean Lee, right? And you go look at what Sean Lee was doing under Eberflus, and you go look at when was Jalen's and LVE's best year, it was under Eberflus. See, Eberflus was that guy that got away. He was Kellen Moore before Kellen Moore. He was the guy that we wanted, but Rod Marinelli was in the way. So he went and took a defensive coordinator's job with the Colts. And that's why he had more success there as a defensive coordinator that earned him a head coach's job. So Matt Eberflus has a good track record of being a defensive coordinator, a real good one. And he just might be one of them. And sometimes this is the case. Sometimes this is the case. Some people are good D coordinators or offensive coordinators and just not good head coaches. So just to answer that question. So then going to these super chats, he say, Life Crazy say, don't expect the Jones to spend in free agency. I don't. But I expect them to actually be a little bit more aggressive with their marshals. I do, because they got to do something, man. The fans is just kind of like, ugh. Then he said, I can't be positive in 28 years that have their Joneses shown to change. There's no real reason why Dion shouldn't have been our head coach. Yeah. I could think of some reasons why Dion might not have been the ideal head coach. I know why people love Dion, and it makes sense why people love Dion. Dion comes across, especially when you see him spar with the media in Colorado, it seems like he's the type that wouldn't take nothing. So people that wanted Dion, I get it. Like, you want a disruptor. You want a disruptor. I get it, you know. And then Dion, most importantly to me, Dion brought and brings a staff. That's what most people didn't talk about. The Hall of Fame staff. You know, that's what people like. Ugh. So, excitement too. Dion brought hope. You know, so I get it. You know, like Dion is almost like that draft pick that everybody thought we was getting ready to draft, and then Dallas do something totally different and it just throw you off. So I get the anger for people that, you know, not happy about us being aggressive about Dion. And if you mad about the whole process, I ain't mad at it. I get it. So yeah, and then to this point, my boy said Irvin isn't happy with this hire. Yeah, I think he's one of those guys that believed in Dion, and I think he greatly did. I think he did. So listen, y'all, I'm cooking, and I needed everybody here if I was gonna be able to finish cooking. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to cut the stream because I gotta finish cooking. I needed Amp and coaching here, so I ain't got time to get them going. So I'm gonna have to cut the stream. So this stream was brought to you by BetUS, where you can receive 150% bonus on your first first deposit, up to 125% on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000. Promo code YouTube 150. And remember, you could also get 200% with their casino sign-up bonus and 250% with their crypto sign-on bonus. So I'm sorry, y'all. I got to get up out of here, man, because I got some food in the oven, and I can't just leave the stream going like that. So I'm out, y'all, man. It's your boy, Boss Cowboy, man. Y'all know I'm going to be doing some more content, maybe even today. But other than that, I'm out. Peace.